everybody, how you doing? So recently I posted a video talking about what I loved and what I didn't love about the Osmo Pocket 3, and because I was ranting and raving about hating it and loving some bits of it, some of my friends reached out to me, some fellow people here on YouTube as well, and asked me some questions about this. So I have always been that person that people with tech support needs seem to gravitate toward me. You know, when I was an actor, my agent even tried to get me cast in computer geek roles, so I guess I give that vibe off. But I've been asked a few questions about these. The very first question I got asked, my good friend Des, who is here on YouTube as well, has a fantastic channel on electric cars and has just started using these. He asked me all about when you turn it on, when you turn it off, for a start, it collapses down like that. And Des wanted to know, well, if you flick it on, isn't it annoying that it's always pointing one way? So this is pointing to me right now, but for some people it starts up pointing the other way, outward, if you're going to film other stuff. And it's actually a setting you can change in the settings. You swipe down like that and bring up the menu right here, and then you go into, there is a settings menu, it's the cog at the bottom left there, and literally the second thing in the menu right here is gimbal startup position. We tap that, and then you can say forward, backward, or last setting. I actually like to have it on last setting, so I'm going to do that, leave that there, and then we just out of the menu, and now then when you turn it back on, it will just resume wherever it left off. So that is pointing at me now. If I close it, it's doing its little countdown thing, 2, 1, and it's off. What are the chances it points the other way? But let's see. Then there we go, it swung itself around. I don't know if you could see that. So it was facing me. There we go, and it's still facing me, because good on it, it's tracking my face. So that is one of the most common things that people seem to want to know about this, which is really interesting. That wasn't a biggie for me, I don't mind. I just 1, 2, 3, and it spins around. But it is useful to have that 1, 2, 3 if you want it to always boot up in the same position. Another good friend of mine asked me all about the face tracking stuff and how he could turn it off, and that is actually in the settings as well. So swipe back down from the top again. I should have stayed there really, and actually you can see it's lit up at the top right hand corner. I think a lot of people, like there's going to be a lot of people in the comments saying this is all really obvious stuff, why didn't they just read the guidebook or go into the settings and have a look? A lot of people don't like diving into guidebooks and reading them, and a lot of people don't like diving into the settings in case they, like in inverted commas, break something or switch something they can't turn back or accidentally wipe the entire thing. If you're tech savvy, please do know that lots of people feel that way. They do not enjoy going to the menus on things. They just want to turn things on and have them operate. It's just the way some people work. Not all of us. Okay, top right hand side, I hit the screen brightness button there. Top right hand side, there is a little head and shoulders button. You tap that and it's FT selfie off or FT selfie on. And basically what that means is when it's in selfie mode, it's going to try and face track automatically. Whereas if you've got that switched off and you're in selfie mode, I'll just get out of the menus right there. So I'm in selfie mode right now, and basically what it does is it doesn't pick up on my face. I have to 1, 2, 3, triple tap on my face, and then active track starts. Whereas if I have that selfie mode switched on, then if I have that face tracking mode switched on, then as soon as I'm in selfie mode and it's pointing back this way, same way as the screen, then it will start tracking my face. There's a lot of like really cool little settings in here which are really useful. One of the other ones, again, I had the same friend as that question. So there's a little icon on the left-hand side of the screen right here. It's like a little sort of, it's pointing up, down, left, and right. And a lot of people just leave that because they don't know what it is. And if you tap it, there is Face Auto Detect, which actually sounds like it should be what I was just talking about, but it's not, and I hate that mode. That's never really worked that well for me. It's meant to automatically detect your face, or a face even, if a face is in a certain box on the screen. Don't like it at all. But what I really do like, even though I bagged it out in my last video, is the dynamic framing option right here. And what it does is it gives you a little Fibonacci spiral right there. And a picture of a yellow box. But if we go into this, basically what it allows you to do is when you are using active tracking, or when you are using the automatic tracking features, there's a series of little dots on the screen. They're a little bit difficult to see. Let's see if, there we go. You can actually see them now. And if I move the joystick around, it will select different places on the screen. And that is where it is going to focus. So I can focus on the bottom thirds there, the middle, and the top right there, and I can get it to frame me wherever it is I want to stay in the picture. And then theoretically, when it's active tracking you, it should always keep you or your subject, whatever it is you're tracking, in a certain part of the screen, which is kind of cool. The idea basically is that it maintains the framing, the rough framing at least, you like. Now, it's not perfect, it doesn't always work the way I like it, but it is miles better than just relying on the standard active track. So for example, if I'm walking down the street and I'm doing, say, a talking thing, and maybe, for example, I'm shooting from the side, so I can't see myself, but I want to keep myself either to the left or to the right of the screen. So maybe as I'm walking, if I stay on the right-hand side of the screen, everything in front of me actually is in front of me in the shot, then I can set it to that, so we'll keep on moving. But that's actually a very, very useful mode. I really like that one when it does work. And then the final one here, and these are actually another one, spiral shots too. These are the shots that you press a button and the gimbal will do a movement for you. I've used them in another one of my videos where I was traveling down to the London Underground from the street, and I had sort of the shot flip, and then as it flipped, it did a transition. Now look, theoretically, you can't just do that with a gimbal, but what this mode is, it automates the movement for you. So when you're walking with the gimbal, all you have to do is focus on keeping it steady, and the gimbal will do a 90-degree movement for you, which is really, really cool. I love that. And see, there is lots to love about this little thing. Look, a lot of the other stuff is really obvious. I don't think anyone's ever had an issue with the mode menu right here, where you can switch between video and slow-mo and the night mode and all that sort of stuff. You know, to be honest, I think this is backed up in a few people's reviews of this thing. The night mode, it's pretty good. It boosts stuff if you really need it to, but you can get pretty good results in the normal video mode. So most of the time I've just stuck to that, because I do find mode switching with that bottom left icon slow sometimes. And sometimes when I just want to capture something, I don't bother. To be honest, I haven't been bothering. I shoot in 10-bit log, and I've been able to get pretty decent results out of this at night. A built-in mic audio backup. Here's a big one. So if you go into the settings, the little cog thing there, and you slide down to this one here, whoop, built-in mic audio backup. What this actually does then is it makes the DJI Mic 2 record on board as well as recording on here. So you get 2 copies of your audio, which is really, really nice. And what it means is, in the unlikely event, or that it can happen, that there's some kind of interference between this and your microphone, that there'll be a copy of the audio actually on the transmitter. And the reason I keep pointing to my chest is because I'm actually wearing it right now under my hoodie, right here. Actually touching the skin close to my chest. Hope that isn't giving me radiation poisoning or something like that, but hey. So there's a lot of cool stuff in here. Oh, by the way, if your gimbal flops and doesn't sort of sit up right, you can go into the settings. I'm not going to give you a close-up of every one of these. Just scroll through, have a look. But there's something called gimbal calibration. You can recalibrate it if it's not sitting correctly. And one of my favorites, actually, I keep meaning to go in and change this. I'm going to do it right now. Joystick speed. So you can change the speed at which the little joystick here moves either the zoom or the gimbal right here, the gimbal being which way the camera's pointing. I set that way too slowly, so I am going to actually change the gimbal speed a little bit. I'm going to try 5, see how that goes. By the way, I have my joystick set to always move the gimbal. I prefer that, and if you do need to flick that, oh yeah, that's heaps better. Oh, why is it zooming? Okay, I thought I had that changed. So you can go in and change what the little stick does by default too. So there we go. Actually, yes, that's much smoother. It was way too slow for me before. Out of the box, it actually moves it really slowly, probably so people don't mess up their shots. So go into the settings again, and here we go. You've got the slider control right here. If I just tap that, it says gimbal or zoom, and I'm going to change that back to gimbal. I'm not sure actually how I changed that back to zoom, but I hope you're not resetting settings on me, DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I'll keep a close eye on that, and I'll report back to you if I catch it doing that. But yes, we don't want cameras resetting our settings. So look, now by default, the little joystick is moving the head of the Pocket 3. I'm just going to put that in front of my face. There we go. And then if I need to change that round, then just on the screen here, hopefully this is something people know about already, but there I am. On the right-hand side, there is this. I'm going to have to get up and look at that. There's this little button here that you can tap to change it from zoom and back again. So that's a very handy setting right there. But those are just a couple of the things people have asked me about. I don't want to become DJI support, but just because I got asked a bunch of questions recently about this thing, I've got a bunch of friends who want to know about it, I thought I'd record a little video for anybody who might be watching and might be interested. Not a gear review channel, I swear. Why do I get the sense saying that? It's going to come back to bite me. But anyway, subscribe if you're into things about being creative and the creative tools you might use for those processes. Yes, while I am very camera focused, I'm also interested in the creative processes of other artists. I've got some exciting stuff coming up. One thing about a writer, one thing about a musician. I may have mentioned these on the channel before, I forget, but for some very exciting deep dive documentary style stuff. I've said it publicly now, so I have to do it too. I've already filmed them, I'm working on them and polishing edits as we speak. Can't wait to release that stuff. Anyway, please do like, subscribe, comment below and let me know how you're finding this thing. I'd love to know how people are dealing with it. If you had any bugbears about this in my previous video when I was talking about what enraged me about it and what I loved about it, I would love to hear what you like and dislike about the Osmo Pocket 3. I have decided I'm going to keep it. I'm going to hang on to it. I'm going to save up for a Fuji X M5 as well, just because they look retro and I love them. And look, this is fine. It looks all right, but don't want to break the gimbal there. This is fine. I like it, but it doesn't inspire joy to look at. And I think that's actually a big part of things for me. I realized looking at my vintage film camera, Canon AE1 the other day, that it really inspired me to pick it up and use it a lot, just because it is a beautiful product. I know Leica owners bang on about this stuff too. Our design, beautiful design, helps inspire them use their equipment. But honestly, it is true for me. I love things that look nice, and I've never been that inspired by the design of my Sony camera or this thing. Anyway, as usual, off on a tangent. Take care of yourselves, like and subscribe right now because you know you wanna, and I'll catch you next time.